Those who do not move, do not notice their chains. Marxism is a revolutionary worldview that must always struggle for new revelations. The working classes in every country only learn to fight in the course of their struggles. Social democracy is only the advance guard of the proletariat, a small piece of the total working masses, blood from their blood, and flesh from their flesh. The more that social democracy develops, grows, and becomes stronger, the more the enlightened masses of workers will take their own destinies, the leadership of their movement, and the determination of its direction into their own hands. Only through the conscious action of the working masses in city and country can it be brought to life. Only through the people's highest intellectual maturity and inexhaustible idealism can it be brought safely through all storms and find its way to port. Bourgeois class domination is undoubtedly an historical necessity, but, so too, the rising of the working class against it. Capital is an historical necessity, but, so too, its gravedigger, the socialist proletariat. History is the only true teacher, the revolution the best school for the proletariat. The masses are the decisive element. They are the rock on which the final victory of the revolution will be built. Freedom only for the members of the government, only for the members of the party, though they are quite numerous, is no freedom at all. Between social reforms and revolution there exists for the social democracy an indissoluble tie. The struggle for reforms is its means, the social revolution, its aim. One day, when the world market is more or less fully developed and can no longer be suddenly enlarged, and if labor productivity continues to advance, then sooner or later the periodic clashes between productive forces and market barriers will begin, and because of their recurrence, these will naturally become increasingly rough and stormy. The masses are in reality their own leaders, dialectically creating their own development process. The very action of the proletariat is a determining factor in history. And although we can no more jump over the stages of historical development than a man can jump over his shadow, nevertheless, we can accelerate or retard that development. Credit reproduces all the fundamental antagonisms of the capitalist world. It accentuates them. It precipitates their development and thus pushes the capitalist world forward to its own destruction. Democracy is indispensable, not because it renders superfluous the conquest of political power by the proletariat, but, on the contrary, because it makes this seizure of power both necessary and possible. Being human means throwing your whole life on the scales of destiny when need be, all the while rejoicing in every sunny day and every beautiful cloud. The existing legal constitution is nothing but the product of a revolution. Revolution is the act of political creation in the history of classes, while constitutional legislation is the expression of the continual political vegetation of a society. The most revolutionary thing one can do is always to proclaim loudly what is happening. Freedom is always and exclusively freedom for the one who thinks differently.